Peace, welcome, and greetings to the fifth annual and totally virtual Bridge PHL Theater Festival. I'm Merlin Brown, co-founding director. We have an exciting lineup of performances this year that I hope you will enjoy. We want to thank all of the artists who are participating in the festival this year. We also want to thank our fabulous technical team from the Rotunda, including Gina Renzi and Dean Myers. And of course, thanks to all of you for being here. Since our beginning 5 years ago, the mission of the Bridge PHL has been to foster healing connections between diverse communities, encouraging openness and dialogue on racial oppression, privilege, inclusion, intersectionality, and bias through powerful acts of theater. But we would like to caution you, the pieces we present at the Bridge PHL frequently explore some difficult subject matter explicitly. We embrace our artists' bravery wholeheartedly and ask that you please take that into consideration when viewing this work. Please join us down in the chat during this performance. And if you have any questions or comments for the artists, please also note them in the chat. We will be sure to pass those on to the artists, and we'll post some of their responses on our social media and website. Thank you again for joining us, and enjoy the show.
You have been asking about me.
No, everyone in town thinks well of you.
Do not tell anyone anything. I do not want them talking about me.
I won't tell anyone, but I'm concerned. Is there somewhere you can go?
This is my home.
If you need anything, there are plenty of people who will help you. I will help you.
Don't I know you? At least I think it was you. Out north, beyond the trees, watching us.
I passed by on my way to town.
You are spying on us.
No, this is how I get to town, how I get to San Agustin.
You got your eye on my husband.
No, of course not.
That is why you want me to leave my home. You want to take my husband away from me.
No, I have a husband of my own, and I love him very much.
Where is your guardian?
I do not have one.
What do you mean you do not have one?
I am a free woman.
I do not understand.
About 50 years ago, King Charles II de España said that slaves from the British lands would be given freedoms provided they converted to Catholicism and served in the Spanish army for 4 years. My family lives in Gracia Real de Santa Teresa de Mose. It is the first free African.
I know what it is. I thought all of your people went to Cuba when the British took Florida away from us.
Well, now that España owns the Florida territory again, many of us have decided to move back to San Agustin.
And you just go around and do as you please.
Yes.
And your husband, he lets you just walk around on your own.
Why wouldn't he? Most women walk around on their own.
You forget your place. Remember, it was my people who freed you after all.
We freed ourselves, and we came here and we agreed to abide by the Spanish law. I love those hijo de putas británicos.
You speak Spanish.
Yes, I speak 4 languages.
The British are always trying to take what does not belong to them.
The British are an awful race.
Mentirosos de mierda todos.
I thank God we are no longer under British rule.
Gracias a Dios.
I am skilled in the art of healing. Would you like me to look at your injury?
He is full of fire, my husband. It is what has kept him alive all these years. He is a survivor.
Ugh, I know all about your husband.
How would someone like you know anything about my husband?
I know he drinks and brawls with the soldiers in town.
It is not your place to speak ill of him.
I speak as I please.
You are a commoner. I can tell by the way you dress.
Common or not, I have helped many of the women in town. Perhaps you have heard of me from Mrs. Aviles?
The way you throw her name around and claim she is your friend. Are we even speaking of the same Mrs. Aviles, who is the descendant of the founder of San Agustin?
Yes, I am talking about the descendant of Pedro Menendez de Aviles, who named our town San Agustin after his patron saint. I have helped her and many others. I know more about the herbs than most of the doctors in town.
Oh, you are very certain of yourself.
Yes, I am very good at what I do.
Mrs. Aviles is a respected member of this community. I had dinner with her once at the Jimenez Patio house.
You are a highly respected woman as well.
You don't act as if I am.
Everyone thinks so highly of you, including myself. May I?
The last time I went to the doctor, he told me that I should just pray.
Well, I can do more for you than just prayer.
You are awfully young. You look a little like my daughter. I have 7 children. Maria is my eldest. She is the light of my life. I would do anything for her.
Would you?
My husband has been looking at her like... I am sure he means nothing by it.
I heard him threaten to kill you.
My husband loves me.
If he loves you, he would never say that to you.
Sometimes love is thoughtless.
Would you like me to help you?
How much will it cost me?
I can't accept money.
Then why would you want to help me?
I help you because I want to help you.
You are lighter than most of your people. Was your mother light-skinned?
No, she is darker than me.
Who was your father?
I don't wish to speak of him.
Was he British? Don't tell me that you are descended from one of those awful royalists.
No, my family fought against the British. We stood with the native people of this land and the Spanish people of your land. Side by side, we defended Florida against the British.
Perhaps your mother was forced against her will?
If she was forced, I can assure you the man was not British.
Was he a native?
I have heard other things in town about your husband.
Oh, that woman, Emily Hudson, is a liar. My husband would never. People are just jealous of him, and so they say words that are not true. And the men said that my husband did nothing wrong.
Some women whisper a different story behind closed doors.
Did you know that Emily Hudson's husband is 20 years younger than her? He spends her money foolishly. And do you know how she made her money? My husband told me she sells herself. That is the kind of woman she is.
Emily Hudson is a midwife. That is how she makes her money.
My husband told me that he would never have forced himself on a woman, particularly not a woman like her. My husband is very happy with me. And he is an upstanding member of this community. The beer that we have exported to Savannah alone, my husband makes a lot of money for San Agustin.
Yes, I know that. Yes, still, many women have accused your husband of ungodly behavior.
Huh?
It's not just Emily Hudson, do you know
I
that?
do not listen to the gossip of commoners.
Your husband keeps you locked up in here in this house so that you do not hear from the outside world about his atrocities. It is not just commoners who have had experiences with your husband. And now it's your daughter almost of age.
It is just gossip! Is it not just gossip?
I think you might have a need for this.
Will it help me with my pain?
These are not for you. These are for him. You put it in his food, and he will never bother you again.
Is that some sort of African witchcraft?
Growing up, one of my closest friends was a native of this land. She knew all about the local plants. She taught me what heals, what harms, and what eases one's pain. Florida is the land of flowers. You put these herbs in his food, but you do not eat any of the same food yourself.
What will it do to him?
When we pray for justice, sometimes God hears our prayers.
I do not want to hurt him. I am a Catholic.
So am I.
Are you really suggesting that
Yes.
Do you really think that he hurt Emily Hudson?
I know he hurt her, and many others. I know he hurt you as well. And soon he will hurt your daughter Maria. He would hurt her. You know that.
How would I manage without him?
Until your daughter Maria marries, you are the sole person who will inherit.
I would not know how to manage the accounts. I can barely manage this house.
There are plenty of people who will help you.
We would get caught.
We won't get caught.
When people do bad things, they get caught, they get punished. I do not want to go to jail. You go within 10 steps of that place and it smells like meado.
There is only one woman who has ever been held in the San Agustin jail. And she used a knife in a fit of rage. Believe me, the men have not caught on to this method. They will just think your husband died of an unknown disease.
We cannot take matters into our own hands.
Ha, we've been doing it this way for hundreds of years.
You don't think that I deserved a beating?
No one deserves what he has done to you.
I do not trust any of you Africans.
San Agustin was African.
No, he was not. He was a Roman.
He lived in northern Africa. His father was pagan and his mother was Christian. He was from a territory known as Roman Africa, but he looked like me.
An African saint.
Yes, an African saint is a patron of this town. It is not against the law for a man to beat his wife, so we have found other ways of handling these situations ourselves. We are not doing something wrong by electing to defend ourselves. The real devil is the devil who did this to your face. If he did not kill you this time, he will kill you next time. You said so yourself. Please, put this in his food.
I could report you.
But you won't. If your daughter or any of your children have a problem the town doctor cannot solve, they can send for me. I can help the women who have been forced, and I can punish the men who have forced them. Let the townsmen blame the ghosts, the spirits, and the devils who haunt their dreams. If they break the laws of compassion, we will be there as we always have been.
It has been done this way for hundreds of years.
If the laws can't protect us, then we must protect ourselves. No woman wants to be beaten or taken by force.
I think you should go. I have heard enough.
My people live down by the Matanzas River. I'm there if you need me. Oh, a storm is coming in. You can feel it in the air. May God be with you.
Five. Oh, no, Lord, there's more. Oh, I have never seen my garden so full of them.
You at it again, you old witch?
I'm on the patio, and I'm not a witch, young or old.
Not true, you bewitched them.
Oh, they bewitched me. Listen to them. It's like they're singing to us.
Yes, I'd rather prefer the city. Less birds.
Oh, don't say that. I want them here to eat. I want them to sing. The city's not for singing.
I do not agree. Look, there must be at least 10 of them out there by now.
You're the one who got mugged.
And you're the one who wanted to move, cost us most of our savings. Are you happy now living among a convention of blue jays?
Oh, it's odd. I thought there would be more robins, cardinals, sparrows.
Well, blue was always your favorite color, Melisande.
Oh,
Melly.
no. Oh, stop with that poetic nonsense. You know I've always hated my name.
Not when I first started whispering it in your ear. Besides, it's the name of a princess found in the wild who remained untamed. Some thought her a witch.
Well, I'm tamed. You tame me. You brought me into real life, made me live there. Oh, more of them. Where do they all come from?
I don't know, you'd think the barn cat would have gobbled up one or two of them by now.
What barn cat? What barn? Oh, you mean that old shed at the top of our property. Oh, the barn cat doesn't live there. Oh, besides, I leave food for her, so she won't want to eat my blue jays.
Okay, so now they're your blue jays just because they eat here.
They don't just come here to eat. They come to talk to me. Well, they would talk to you, but you don't want to listen. You don't want to hear them.
Well, St. Francis of Assisi I am not. Besides, my hearing is going.
Oh, you hear what you want to.
I heard you crying last night. Don't deny it. I asked you why and you pretended to ignore me.
You know very well why I cry. But not last night. Last night, oh, I slept with dreams wrapped around me. Comforting arms.
My arms.
Oh, do you want some breakfast?
Don't change the subject. Look at me for once and not the blue jays. Millie, this can't go on if we're to go on. I can't be awake every night, and you can't be in mourning for your life. It isn't over yet. We're not over yet. Last night I heard you crying, and I asked you why, and still you cried. There'll be time enough to cry later, and I'll be the one weeping.
Oh, I know. I am a witch for putting you through this. But I can't help it. Sometimes it feels good to cry. Well, I still can. Oh, I made us move. I took you away from everyone. I was frightened when you were mugged. I thought I would lose you. I didn't realize you would be the one losing me. Do you want breakfast? I do.
No, I don't. I don't need something to peck at. I'm not like one of those damn birds. I need you.
Oh, Mitchell.
Millie, we can do this. We can inhabit our lives and still feed on the pleasures that we still have.
Don't preach at me. You know I don't like preachers. They came to his funeral and they preached. God's will, now he's in heaven. Certainly far from that. Certainly he's not in heaven.
Well, he's certainly not here. You think he sent them?
Who? Oh, the birds. Oh, he never liked birds. I was the one who... I don't want to talk about this.
Well, you brought it up. He was no saint. We know that. And no sinner either, no more than the rest of us. He
Yes.
did nothing wrong.
And still he's dead. Dead. From friendly fire. That's the way they left it.
It's not where you left it. You made such a fuss. You camped outside the White House.
Well, everyone else just accepted it. He deserved more. He had worth. He was our grandson. Well, I guess the men who shot him down were grandsons too, but they needed to take responsibility for their killing. And no one did. No one took him in.
We took him in. We took him in when Carrie left him to follow that man who shot her.
Friendly fire of a different kind. We made mistakes with Carrie.
Carrie's mistakes were her own. We loved her, we fed her, we provided her with a home that was safe.
Maybe too safe. We brought Salvador up the same way, but he found the army to walk on the wild side. So nothing like a war to make every day a drama.
He was Carrie's son, but we were his parents. It didn't save him.
It didn't save you. They beat you up, took your wallet.
Well, they didn't kill me. It's a violent world out there, even in a beautiful country garden with food for plenty. I found a dead bird out there yesterday, half eaten.
Oh, I told you the barn cat.
Don't think it was a cat. I saw a fox at the top of the garden that afternoon.
Never seen a fox. Did you bury the bird?
Did they bury Salvatore? Do we have a grave to visit? Did we ever see a coffin? No, I left it there. Sacrifice for the garden.
Is that what you're going to do with me when I'm gone? Leave me out there for the animals, for the vultures?
We're not talking about you.
Well, you were talking about Salvador, comparing him to a half-eaten bird. Oh, it's a violent world. Rising from chaos, returning to chaos.
Well, that's the universe we live in. In the beginning, there was darkness, and void.
And then there was light. And then there wasn't. Someone turning the light switch off and on in my life until finally off. Is that all I have to look forward to? Another flip of the switch?
Is that all the universe is to you? Dark, light, dark, light? You see the shadings in between?
You mean in the morning? Before the sun is up, before the moon is gone, I sit and wait for the blue jays, and they come around me, and I present them the food, and then the light switch happens. Salvador's face comes alive, and Carrie's, even yours, Mitchell. Although you prefer to hide it in shadings of gray, you come alive. One blaze, and then darkness. Blue's the only color. Blue surrounding me. And the voice of the hungry birds, and the cry that every morning the light switch goes on and every evening it goes off.
But it comes back on again. Well, until...
Well, that's what I mean. Until, finally, darkness. It all ends black, even for them. Although I put food out there, I try to keep them alive. And you still find a dead bird.
Well, I don't look for them. But everything dies. You can't change the world by throwing out some birdseed. The universe has rules.
Oh, does it? Has rules? Oh, maybe we can change the rules. Or we can change the universe. I keep thinking Salvador will come alive again. My cancer cells will die away. And time will change its mind, turn on its heel. We'll be young again. The garden will be flooded with blue jays. Without the barn cat.
I thought you said it wasn't a cat.
You said.
I said it might have been a fox. But now that I think of it, it was another blue jay. I've seen them squabble, and so have you.
No.
Friendly fire.
No, not an accident, not a mistake.
Hatred.
Yes, it was hatred. Because Salvador was good. Salvador was better.
Better. Why do you say that? Well, maybe he was better. He shot the enemy. His fellow soldiers shot him. I don't know why so many men resented him.
He was a blue jay. Oh, he was so beautiful. I mean, not handsome, beautiful. They resented his beauty. They resented his ability to attract women and other men. Oh, the war messed them up. Well, it messed him up. The barn cat was the enemy. He was the blue jay. And like the blue jays out there, they squabbled. The barn cat got blamed, but I knew the truth. I knew. The barn cat had other meals to feed on. It had me to feed on. It had you.
I don't understand what you're saying. Your meds are mixed up?
We want life so desperately. We resent those that have more. The way that blue jay, the last blue jay to eat, resents the seeds, not the best seeds. I resent the best seeds. I resent...
You resent that I can live while you are dying, that I will still be here. And I resent the friendly fire of life hasn't killed me yet. You'll all be there, whoever there is, and I won't.
I resent death.
And I resent life.
You promise.
I promise to feed them in spite of.
I want to dance so bad. I can almost taste the sweet liquid movements as I gracefully twirl in the wind. But he said that would never be. Said that there wasn't enough money to buy me some grace. I had a hard time believing that. Not the money part, because no, I know we poor. But that grace had to be bought. I feel the dance in my spirit. It's a part of me. A part of this little black girl sitting in her window looking out at the rain. So I leave my window and I dance to the rhythm of my soul. I pretend that I'm a flower. Recreate its birth. Tender young petals be my hands and I smile because I can truly feel the sunshine on my face. Me being a flower and the meadow being this place. But, wow, then the door opens and the new world disappears. Girl, ain't you got no chores to do around here?
Yes, sir!
I said. And I looked him dead in the face. And with a dancer's grace, I walked gracefully out into the rain. But do you believe in me? He likes to watch me dance. Says that I move like a dream. Gets him all worked up to give all his love to me. And this be more than a game. To see how many times I can get laid. So I dance for him. Dance with all my might. So this world be a thunderstorm and I finish drenched in its might. Lightning is my thrust. Thunder my pulls. Tornado wind spins on the tips of my toes. All till I fall in his adolescent arms. Just to be devoured by his pretend charms. But when the cries, they come more than just me, but also from his newborn seed. And I become that thing that he no longer needs. If he truly, truly believed, then how could he walk away from me? They don't see me cry. I said that I would be a dancer. And a dancer, well, I am. I put everything I got into these hips and these hands. My body language has gained a whole lot of fans. They clap and they whistle and they throw money on stage, slipping bills in my G-string so my son sees better days. Alone and 18. Mama does a whole lot of things to drown out the world with her dreams. Her dreams of being a dancer to music soft and sweet, pretending to be a bird, soaring through the trees, playing tag with the leaves, by being caressed by the wind, while searching for ways of mental defense. From being touched in all the wrong places. So many hands and so many leering faces. A waste of my graces. So alone at night with my child in my arms. They don't see these tears. They don't see these tears. Or my spirit's harm. She said she saw me in a dream. She said that she knew that if I danced, she'd see God in me. She said I'd be far more than she'd ever be. She said this, and she walked out the door when I was 3. She said she saw me fly in a dream. Said I did superb pirouettes. I told her, I don't even know what that means. And then she asked me to dance and reached for me and sang. I remember then because she walked out the door and I had to put my life back together again at 10. She said my grace was the thing that angels dreamed. Made me promise not to let him tell me I couldn't soar because of she. And then I watched her walk that roadmap up her arm. For the first time, nod. I waited for her to breathe. And that was before he pushed her out the door. I was only 15. I used to hear her cry in my dreams. And I danced to the memories of her sobs, watched her falter and fall, living life in a haze online while I walked out that door and shook for mine. unwanted, unloved, discarded, unclean. While she chased her new love and fed me. She fed me pipe dreams. All I ever wanted to do was dance. Make her proud of me and love me again. One dark night, she tasted the last poison that her love ever fed. And as I danced to the rhythm of her last breath, I promised I would never dream again. Lord, help me. Peace for my heart. Love for my soul. There's so much peace for my heart. And love for my soul. Oh, praises to him. Blessings unfold. Not my daddy, not my lover, nameless faces in a crowded room, but my one father, my true father. My movements are new flowers of your seeds being sown. All that grace that I tried to gain from the world came back in my face as fury, but you called out my name, and now my soul seeks your glory. Not yearning praise or empty feelings, no, there's love in these here legs. Unconditional love, Holy Ghost filled, the wind beneath my wings, how happiness truly feels. God gave me my dance. Mine is the dance of praise. His soul's been ever lifted. Now that in Jesus Christ I pray. There's joy, so much joy that can be found on the wings of praise.